Having lived in Melbourne for the past 10 years in a 2-bedroom apartment, it was always going to be a challenge to find our forever home. We knew that we wanted to live in Queensland, we wanted the beautiful sun, be near the beach, but we also wanted to transform a property into something more sustainable, which is why today I am super excited to walk you through our carbon positive home. Being carbon positive is a challenge. The first step is electrification, which means having your home be completely powered by electricity. You know, we've gone for a range of different electrical appliances within our home. You name it, we have it. The goal is to keep everything electrified, which means having everything powered by electricity. That then enables you to have a little bit more control as to how you manage that as a solution. The obvious solution to an increasing power bill powered by electricity is to install solar power technology. And that was really going to be our next step. How big a system could we actually fit on our roof, and whether or not we'd need battery storage. We understood our carbon footprint was around 17.5 tonnes of carbon per year, which is, average for a family of 3. To offset that, we chose to install solar power. Now, prior to doing so, we looked at our environment. We had over 200 trees, so we knew we were going to suck up over 2.5 tonnes of carbon per year. The next stage was solar power, and we chose to install 20 kilowatts of solar, plus also 38.5 kilowatt hours of battery storage. Understanding that we were drawing from the grid during the night time meant we had to install battery storage. The solar panels I saw being made in China were ICO. They were absolutely stunning. They're black, they're slimline, but high efficiency, and they work incredibly well under shaded conditions. Having so many trees is beautiful, but at the same token, it does have its own problems. So ICO was the best choice. We went for 455 watt panels. We've got 44 of those on our roof, giving us around 20 kilowatt hours of solar power. The next step was to choose our battery storage. Once again, I was lucky enough to go to China, and I went to the GoodWe manufacturing facility. But what impressed me the most was how efficient their technology was. We chose to go for a 10 kilowatt inverter, plus also 38.4 kilowatt hours of battery storage. The great thing about GoodWe's technology is it's modular, which means you can keep on stacking modules against your needs. Now, yes, this is a lot more than we probably need right now, but understanding we're going to be adding another structure down the future, we thought we may as well stack up and load up now. And in the meantime, we can export the additional electricity back into the grid, which means we can reduce our carbon footprint even further. I'm great with technology, but I'm definitely not a solar installer. So I knew for me to have this system designed perfectly for my home, I needed one of the best, which is why I chose to go with Oswell Energy. They're local, but they service the whole of Queensland and New South Wales. But most importantly, I knew I could get one of their guys to come over to my house, have a look at what we had in this property, what we're going to do next, and how we wanted it configured to aesthetically look great, at the same time, be completely functional.
So when Ross reached out to us, what we did was we analysed his energy usage, but not just his energy usage at the moment, which is about 30 kilowatts. We looked at his potential usage, what he's doing in the future, and from that, we could garner the information to fit the correct size system for his home. So with Ross's home here, we've put on 38.4 kilowatts worth of GoodWe batteries, along with just under 20 kilowatts worth of solar panels on his home. And we know that that size there is going to really look after his daytime usage and also his nighttime usage as well. So Oswell Energy, we are different than other retailers. So we have an honest upfront approach to solar, and we don't see ourselves as installing any of our customers and saying, see you later. We install our customers and we see that as the start of the relationship. So we see ourselves as our customers' renewable energy partner for the lifetime of their system, which is 20 years.
Being carbon positive is an amazing feeling. At the same token, there is still so much more to do. We're delighted with what we've done so far to this property, taking lots of little tips, lots of bits of advice, and we've created a carbon positive environment. Hopefully you can use some of those tips for your own home too. Making this show has been absolutely inspirational and something I will never forget. Are we going to do season 2? Absolutely. I hope you enjoyed watching this year. See you next year.